In this video, we're going to show you how to set up this smoke detector and how to use it, how to set it up, and then we're going to show you how to find an exhaust leak. Yeah, so my friends at Andeman, they reached out to me and asked if I would like to test one of these out, and I said sure, because it happened to be that I just recently failed an inspection for an exhaust leak. So I'm going to see how this works for exhaust leaks. Now you can use this for your exhaust, to find a leak, vacuum leaks, all sorts of different things. But this, we're going to specifically try to find an exhaust leak. Now, this comes with everything that you need except for the mineral oil that you get $2 at Walmart. This machine hooks up to a battery, comes with the battery cables. You hook it up. It has a compressor that pumps up pressure in there up to 15 to 20 psi. And it comes with all the hoses. And we're going to show you how to set this up. Here's the hose. It comes with a tire tool for valve stem. I guess if you want to check a tire, if there's a leak in that. It comes with different plugs to plug up any areas that you're not wanting smoke to get out of. So you can plug that up. Different sizes. That's all plugs right there. It comes with the smaller test tube. Like I said, maybe a vacuum leak or something that you're wanting to test. Comes with this handle that we're going to put in. And then this is like for exhaust pipes. It fits into the exhaust pipe, and then you'll turn it on. We'll show you how to do all that. So the first thing you want to do as far as setup is it comes with this handle. This is what if you want to hang it somewhere. Maybe you're hanging it under the hood or wherever you're working. So you just screw this in. Like that. And I'll get some, I'm going to tighten that in a little bit. And here on the side is your fitting for this hose. So what you want to do, take this off, and you're going to fit this over this hose right here that it comes with. Fits over there. And then you put the hose in here. It flips over there, and then you slide this over. And again, I'll tighten that with the wrench here just a little bit. And this is where you add the oil to heat up to make the smoke. And after you're done with it, you can drain the oil right here. You've drained it out, so it's nice and clean every time. We're going to leave that shut for right now. The power cord, this hooks up to the battery. Now I'm going to be working this on the exhaust, and I don't think that's going to be enough to go from the battery to an exhaust. So you're going to have a car parked behind you maybe, or I've got some jumper cables that I'm going to extend them. Yeah, that was reached whatever back my truck. So I've got some jumper cables I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. So that is all ready. And since I'm doing the exhaust, I will put this into there like that. And then the smoke will come out right here. And again, if you're doing something different, a vacuum leak or, finding some other type of lead, you might use a different type of fitting on that it comes with. So you put 10 to 20 milliliters in it. So you do not want to overfill it, but if you do, not a problem. You'll just drain some of that out on the side vent here. And then also has their contact motion over here. This is the JS108B. And it kind of goes over, and it even has the email address if you need to email them. I'm going to put 20 milliliters in this bottle, which is right here. And again, I just got this at Walmart, a couple of bucks. Mineral oil. $40, so I want to put about half of that. Going to open this up. If that's about right. Yep, a little bit more. Okay, we're going to call that good. So that is basically all it takes to set this machine up. Very simple. Now we'll see how it works. But to work, you'll plug it into the battery whenever you're ready for it to, it has just pressure only. So you can just, if you're testing something and you don't want the smoke, you can hit just the compressor. Like I said, it will build up to 1520 PSI. And then whenever you want the smoke, you hit the smoke and that will allow the smoke to come out. Okay, I had that hooked up to the battery, had it on some jumper cables. One thing keep in mind, be sure and keep those apart because if they touch, they're going to arc and spark. So black to black and red to red. Turn this off. Okay, so I got them both in the off position now. And like I was talking about, if you just want pressure, we're just blowing pressure out. Like I said, it will build up to 15 to 20 PSI. Go ahead and turn the smoke on. You see the smoke starting to come out. And I'm hoping I'm not right. This leak seems to be coming from the front. I'm hoping I can find something. That's why I really wanted to try this and test this out. Really hoping that I find a leak before I get to the manifold. Let's change the manifold exhaust manifold gasket on this is modded word. So hopefully I find the leak and I'm just going to try to patch it up with something from out just so I pass inspection. Okay, so it's blowing smoke out. Now I'm going to stick it in the end of the exhaust. I can see that it's leaking a lot from that muffler. I didn't know about that leak, but what I'm hearing is coming from the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and plug that one up and see if there's another spot where it's leaking. So I'll go get one of those plugs. That's a pretty small leak, so I'm going to try to use this smallest plug and see if I can get that in there. So I'm going to go get some tape and tape these up. Okay, I put some tape on that just to so I can finish testing that. You can tell it is leaking a little bit from that flange. I don't know if that's making any of the noise, but that wouldn't be that big of a deal. If that, you know, I could change that out. But it's still leaking up there just a little bit. I'm going to seal that one up and see if it's leaking up past that. So I'll go up there and check that. Okay, so I'll get up here front and it's leaking from around that clamp. So it could be possible, I don't really see any rust or anything where it's coming out of a rust hole. So it could possibly be that I just need to tighten that up and that'll take care of it because I don't see anything in front of that. I may go ahead and put some tape and look up around the catalytic converter and make sure that it's not leaking anywhere up there. Okay, I got that area stopped, got it wrapped with some tape temporary, and now I'm going to just follow the pipe up. There's the catalytic converter. I don't see no smoke up in there. Let me turn this light on and see. I do see a little bit of smoke. Okay, unfortunately there is some smoke coming up under there where I can't see. Chances are I'm going to have to take this wheel liner out. And it probably is a gasket that I'm going to have to replace up there. So that's, I was hoping not for that, but that's the way it goes. The last thing you want to do is, you said after each use just to drain the soil, and I've got a Tupperware dish down here, and I'm just going to turn that off and let it drain for a little bit. But if you're interested in one of these, I've got a promotional code that I'll put down in the description. You click on that and it'll give you a discount. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.